Hello, this video is an introduction of how to navigate the grade 4 science curriculum documents for Passaic Public Schools for this upcoming school year. So first of all, how do you access the curriculum? Well, you're going to log into your True North Logic account and you're going to go to the home page, which is where I'm at now. And then you're going to scroll down to the bottom and you're going to see this link that says Curriculum Guides K-12. You're going to click on that link. That'll bring up all of the curriculum documents for all the programs of study for this upcoming school year for Passaic Public Schools. So kind of shortcut to finding the document that you need would be to press Control F and then it'll open up the search window here and you're going to type in grade 4 science and that will highlight the grade 4 science document for you. So once it's highlighted there, then you're going to click on the link and that'll bring you to the master folder for grade 4. So in the master folder for grade 4, you're going to see that there is a subfolder for Unit 1, which is landforms, Unit 2, energy, and Unit 3, food chain. You also have the pacing chart for science, and then you have some additional resources here as well. So I'm going to start with discussing the pacing chart. So I have it open. Here's the pacing chart. So the pacing chart for science, you'll notice, I happen to be in November right now. You'll notice that landforms unit is going to finish a little bit after Thanksgiving. You'll see that the beginning of the unit is going to start on September 18th. Now, the introductory PowerPoint that you see listed here from September 7th to the 15th, that's what you're going to be starting the year off with. And Ms. Carbonell will be going over that introductory PowerPoint on September 6th in that PD. But here's the link that will get you directly to that introductory PowerPoint. So going back to the master folders, in the master folders, we're going to click on Unit 1 landforms to see what information it provides for us there. So there's multiple subfolders. Again, the most important document in this subfolder is the unit plan for grade 4 landforms. And it has a star here marked out for you. So you're going to click on that unit plan. So once you click on it, the document is going to look like this. So this is the UBD document for grade 4 science for Unit 1. You can see the unit title is landforms. It's about 13 weeks for 4th grade. In the beginning, you see here is the science vision and mission, and you have links to modifications and cross-cultural connections that you can use in your lessons to suit your students. The first part that you see here is stage 1. So the most important documents in stage 1 are the priority standards. If you click on the link for the priority standards, it will send you directly to the NGSS website, also known as NJSLS-S in New Jersey. So for this particular unit, you're going to be doing 4 ESS 1-1, so that tells you it's an earth science standard. And then if you go further down in that column, you're also doing ESS 2-1, 2-2, 3-1, 3-2, and then the engineering standards for grades 3 to 5. In this stage 1 document, it's also very important that you look at the transfer goals. This particular unit has 2 different transfer goals. So again, most important, the standards. Second, look at the transfer goal or goals. They should be aligned right back to the standards. In stage 1, you can also find all the overarching enduring understandings, essential questions, overarching transfer goals. If you're looking for the essential questions for the unit, you notice that this unit has 3 essential questions here, 1, 2, and 3. And then there's several enduring understandings, which are those big ideas that the students are going to learn in this unit. If we go further down, now we're getting towards the knows, what are all those bits and pieces of information that the students are going to need to learn about in this unit. And then here you have the skills. So the skills usually come from the cross-cutting concepts in the science and engineering practices. So if we go further down, then you get into stage 2. So in stage 2, that's the performance task. That's how you're assessing the students. So there's multiple ways that you're assessing the students. One would be this performance task, which is a common assessment, which all grade 4 teachers will be doing. And then you also have the daily means of assessment like DOLs, checking for understanding, exit slips, science vocabulary, labs, investigations, and etc. So if you wanted to know what is the performance task for this unit, you can click on students friendly version. That was what the document that the students will be looking at, or the graph template, which is the teacher's version. So I opened up here the student-friendly one. It says here Unit 2, but I think that's just a typo. So this would be the performance a task for landforms. So this is the document that the students would be receiving and working on in order to demonstrate their learning in this unit. So going back to the unit plan, then now we're going to get into stage 3 for that unit. Now stage 3 is where the teacher has autonomy. So I like this document because the writer actually gave you very specific modifications that you can use for ELL, special education, advanced students, and at-risk students. So there's a very detailed list that you can choose from there. And then you notice that each investigation, each section of the investigation has its own document that's linked for you. So when I said about going into all those subfolders, you don't really need to do that because each of those documents is already linked in this unit plan. So I opened up investigation 1. So investigation 1 unit key idea setup. So I opened up that document so we can go over how that looks. So this is the stage 3 document. Everything in this document is suggested. So if you read an objective, so let's go a little further down. If you read this particular lesson and you read this particular objective and you say, well, this particular objective doesn't really fit quite to how I'm going to approach that particular lesson, it is up to the teacher. You can actually change or modify the objectives to suit the rigor of the lesson that you're implementing. You can also choose which lessons to use and which lessons to omit, extend, shorten based on the needs of the students. But keep in mind, you still need to meet the standards that that lesson was targeting. So if you choose not to use a lesson that's in the stage 3 document, that's up to the autonomy of the teacher, but you still need to make sure that you're addressing the content and the standards and that you'll eventually be able to get the students to meet the expectations of the transfer goal. So you can see, there's a detailed explanation of the activity, the approximate number of days. And this is basically the same for all the stage 3 documents are kind of broken down in this way. In this column, you're getting a list of material or vocabulary that's going to be necessary for that investigation and also some modifications. So I hope this was helpful and will be useful for finding your way through the grade 4 science documents. Thank you.